seeing. You can like, share, subscribe, and you can donate via PayPal. The link is in the chat section. Sorry, it's not in the chat. Let me clarify that. The link is in the description. All right, we're talking about the fight that happened last night, Jack Caterall versus Josh Taylor, part 2. First of all, praise be to the Most High God. The Most High God comes first in everything that we do and say. Let me get into it. So, Jack Caterall got the unanimous decision win over Josh Taylor. Yes, the scorecards were a little wide. 117, 111 was too wide. I had maximum Jack Caterall winning 8 rounds to 4 for Josh Taylor. I had more 7 to 5. I thought that Jack Caterall won the early rounds. I thought Josh Taylor took round 2 out of the early first 6. In the latter half, Josh Taylor came on hard. He took 7, 8, and 9, 3 rounds in a row. I thought Jack Caterall took round 10, hurting Josh Taylor in round 10, and he also hurt him really bad in round 11. You can give round 12 to either Taylor or Caterall. That's up to you. Caterall did land the more eye-catching shots, but Josh Taylor did press the action. One of the things in this fight I learned about Josh Taylor is he does not move his head. So his head's always in line for that left hand. And Caterall knew that. He was sweeping the left hand. He was throwing the left hand straight. And he was also throwing that overhand right left hand, keeping his head off the center line, really belting that overhand right. And it found a home for Josh Taylor in round 11 and almost knocked Josh Taylor out. Now Josh Taylor was on the back foot. Caterall was just throwing punches. It was bad. Jack Caterall had a tremendous round 11. The other thing is Josh Taylor just could not handle Jack Caterall's jab. As Caterall started to tie in round 7, 8, and 9, Josh Taylor had opportunities to close the gap, and he started working the body. He was doing a lot of great body work. But then Caterall caught him in round 11, and that turned the whole fight around. Taylor gave it his all, but wasn't good enough. Caterall came out with the victory. Caterall beat him up pretty bad. Josh Taylor's eye had stitches in it, and his right eye, and it was pretty banged up pretty bad. Bob Arum went on a crazy rant at the end of the fight because the two judges scorecard had it 117, 111. One judge had it 116, 113. I personally thought that the 117, 111 was a tad wide. He said 9 rounds to 3. I could see it going that way, but I thought it was a tad wide. I think Eddie Hearn commented on that. I think Bob Arum went on a crazy rant for no reason at all because, quite frankly, his fighter lost that fight. He lost that fight. Caterall not only outboxed him, but he also beat him up. He was the guy that landed the more effective punches. He was the guy that landed more of the heavier punches in the fight that really changed the fight. So Jack Caterall won that fight in every kind of way you could think of. I mean, he controlled the fight. He changed the pace of the fight. The pace of the fight was much slower than Josh Taylor would have wanted it to be. He controlled the real estate. He kept the fight pretty much long, most of the fight. He pushed back Josh Taylor. He hurt Josh Taylor multiple times. And for the most part in the fight, he controlled the fight. So he had, ring generalship. He had the effective punching. When he was aggressive, he was effectively aggressive. His defense was on point. I mean, all 4 criteria, he was like dominating. It was a very competitive fight, but still at the same time, it was a fight controlled pretty much by Caterall. It was Caterall's fight. And he definitely put his insignia on that, and he won the fight, which he should have gotten. He should have got the decision in the first fight. And, everybody says, Justice Kryptonite will be Jack Caterall. What's next for Jack Caterall? Caterall is, I think he was fighting Josh Taylor for the WBO title. So the guy who's in line top, the Tiger Tamer says, so don't forget to smash that like button, my brother, and you can also donate via PayPal. The link is in the description. The Tiger Taylor says that he had it 9 rounds to 3. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but where are you going to find those 9 rounds? Remember, Taylor took rounds. He took rounds 7, 8, and 9, and he also took an earlier round. He took round 2. So where you find, you know, which one of those rounds did you give to Jack Caterall? You know what I mean? Now I could see, you know, certain rounds, you know, because Caterall's kept on answering, right? So I could really kind of see where you can, you know, get that happening. But, you know, I thought I had Caterall win the first 5 of the first 6 rounds. And then I had him win round 10 and 11. And I gave Taylor round 12. But of course, if you gave Taylor round 12, then it's 8-4. It's 8-4. So I had it 7-5. So it was a clear win for Caterall. And anytime Josh Taylor did something, Caterall did answer him. But still, I still think that 9-3 is a little bit wide, but I don't know. Top the Tiger Tamer says 7-5 Caterall. Yeah, I had it 7-5 because I gave Taylor around 12. I was leaning towards Taylor. Taylor did do some good body work when he could get a chance to do body work, but it was just not enough, and it wasn't often enough. And he was suffering for it. You know, Caterall will come back with these combinations. He just changed speeds. You know, Caterall will vary range, vary speed. You know, Caterall was the guy in control of the fight for the entire fight. Caterall was the guy in control. He was doing what he wanted to. His left hand just couldn't miss. Like he throw the left hand, 9 out of 10 times it lands. You know what I mean? He couldn't miss with the left hand. And that dude can punch. He don't stop people, but he can punch. He got power. He had Taylor, I think, was it in the first round or it was in the third round? He had him on wobbly legs. He wobbled him. And that was very early in the fight. I think it was the first round. He wobbled Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. I don't know where the like button is. You're going to have to find that. Top the Tiger Tamer says, is Caterall top 5 at 140 now? Hell yeah. Absolutely. Next guy who's a top 5 fighter is probably Sandor Martin. Well, let me think. Before I say that, I think Caterall's that kind of dude. I think he gives everybody problems. He does have, though, he doesn't really have a great offensive repertoire. His bread and butter is his left hand. But he is, I think he's top 5. Let me just check. We got Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney. We got Subriel Mateus. We got Pitbull Cruz. That's 4. Right? That's the champs. Then we got who we got here? We got Jermaine Ortiz, who should have beaten Teofimo Lopez. He should have got a victory too. He didn't get it. We got Jermaine Ortiz. He fought Teofimo Lopez. Caterall is in line to face Teofimo Lopez because Teofimo Lopez is the WBO champion. Now I hear Eddie Hearn saying Teofimo Lopez is this and that and the other, but Caterall said he wanted Teofimo Lopez because that's what he's in line to face. Because he beat Josh Taylor, he's in line. He's the mandatory now. No, he's not the mandatory for Teofimo Lopez. My bad. Teofimo Lopez is mandatory is Arnold Barboza. My bad. Maybe he could face Arnold Barboza. That's what he should do. Maybe Caterall could face Arnold Barboza. That'll line him up to face Teofimo Lopez. Or maybe, you know, somebody else. I don't know. What you said? I just hold on. Let me see if I can find. You said something, and I don't know what you said. Just hold on a second. Okay. You said, I think Taylor is tailor-made for Caterall. Yeah. Caterall got his number a long time ago. But I think Caterall's just a good fighter. I think he's just a good fighter, and I think he gives trouble to anybody. So I don't think it's just he's long. He's not as long as Taylor, by the way. Taylor's longer and taller than him. Just Taylor can't keep his head off the center line, man. That dude just right there to get nuggeted. And he walked right into it. He's tough, but he ain't going to last long against these other fighters, man. His head, he don't move his head. Not enough. He move it, but he don't move it enough. Coming straight down the center line. And Caterall, he don't keep his head on center line. You notice he move his head off center line when he's throwing. Jack Caterall, guys, smash the like button. Come on, find the smash. I don't even know where the like button is, so I can't tell you where the like button is. I'm telling you to smash the like button, but I don't even know where it is. I'm sorry, guys. Once upon a time, I think this is widescreen. So you guys, if you guys, whatever, I don't know where it is. Top the Tiger Tamer says, is Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez still big dogs at 140? No, not as big. They still names. They still names, but they're not big dogs at 140 now. The torch has been passed. Yeah, it's been passed. The big dogs right now is Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Super Mateus, and Pitbull Cruz. Them is the big dogs. We got guys like Richardson Hitchens. We got that guy that faced Richardson Hitchens from Argentina. We got Gary Russell Jr., Antoine Russell Jr., that is. We got Sandor Martin, Jermaine Ortiz. Who else am I leaving out? There are a couple of them. We got a couple of them up in that division. We got some top dogs up in there. You know what I mean? Which leads me to the other thing. You know, people are saying David Haney's not the top 140 pounder, and they're leaving him out of there. Nope, he is the top 140 pounder. Okay. There's several different ways to answer this, but yeah, Gary Antoine Russell, yeah, he another guy up in 140 you got to watch out for. There's another one. The Asian kid. What's his name? The Asian kid. I can't remember his name right now. Brandon Lee. Check out Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee's another one. You got y'all got to watch out for. Hey, the guy who's facing Super Mateus, he another one too. Cause remember he beat Love. I forgot what the kid name is. Yeah, Brandon Lee. Yeah. The kid that beat what's his name? Something Love. The kid from Australia. He gonna be facing Super Mateus. He's another one. 140 pound division's lit, man. It got a lot of people up in there. Actually, the guy that faced the old veteran that faced Montana Love, yeah, that's the guy. The old veteran that faced what's his name? Jose Ramirez. Not Javier Fortuna. What's the other guy name? Shit, I forgot his name. And he almost knocked out Jose Ramirez. I forgot what his name is though. Southpaw. Oh, he can switch it. I forgot what his name is. He fought Jose Ramirez recently, and Jose Ramirez won the fight. But that old dog, our old dog had him all over the place. Dude was, wobbly leg. He was on skates. He had him on skates. Rancis Bartholomew. That's it. Rancis. Yeah. Rancis a bad boy. He a bad boy. He a veteran. He an old dude, so he had to pace himself. But he had Jose Ramirez on skates, man. Yeah, so you got a couple top dogs up in there still at 140. That gets me to what I was saying, Devin Haney. Now, Devin Haney, for those of you who don't know, Devin Haney fought Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia dropped Devin Haney 3 times. It was a close fight. I had it a draw, but it didn't really matter because we thought Ryan won. We saw the fight. Only to find out, of course, Ryan came in overweight. I said it was intentionally came overweight. And only to find out that Ryan Garcia had PEDs in the system. He had Osterine in the system. Okay? RJ Jenkins, what's up, my brother? Yo, he says, RJ Jenkins in the building. Top Tiger Tamer in the building. RJ Jenkins in the building. Shout out to both of y'all for showing me some love. I don't know where the like button is, but if y'all can smash the like button, find it somehow and smash it, that would be nice. I saw three of y'all was up in here already. But let me get to the point. Point is, dude had Osterine in the system. It's now confirmed Osterine was in the system. Now, dude came out talking about some follicle tests. If y'all know, hair follicle tests look for things that been in your system for a long period of time. So he could come up clean for a hair follicle test, and it really ain't proved nothing. You know what I mean? And so he went privately and did it and said he came up clean. I guess he'll present that to the New York State Athletic Commission. But it does not override the fact that he had Osterine in his system at the time. Before the fight, they detected it. And after the fight, post-fight, they detected it as well. And Dan Raphael has the levels and everything, and he has a report and everything, and probably present it sometime during this week, or he may not. Now, surprise, surprise, I told y'all Ryan was cheating, right? So that's not surprising. Here's the surprising part. Ryan's trying to make a case that he was set up, which is not true. Of course he wasn't set up. The only one who set up anything was you. Here's the thing, though. Okay, here's the thing. Devin Haney and his camp, they're trying to say, get Ryan DQ'd because of his intention. He intentionally missed weight, and he said that. And he had collaborators like Floyd Mayweather and Bernard Hopkins to help him. But on top of that, it looks like he may have been also intentional about using steroids. Now, notice I said steroids, not SARMs. Now, why I'm saying this is because, one, Ryan brought up before the fight, he brought up that he wanted to use, he said, what if a league was using steroids were permissible in the league? And after this B sample came out, he started speaking about how he loves steroids and how he would use steroids. And if he gets banned from boxing, it's okay because he can move on and the sport will just miss him. So he started talking crazy like that. And I think it's because his conscience is bothering him and he know already he get caught. So this dude cheated. He cheated several different ways. That was part of his strategy. He deliberately went in there doped up. And I do believe he used testosterone. He literally used steroids, I believe. He just didn't get detected. Hold on one second. So even though we witnessed him dropping Devin Haney 3 times, couldn't stop him even. RJ Jenkins says, they said that for certain drugs to be effective, he would have to take the drug 2 to 3 weeks before the fight for it to be effective, the professional said. Nah, man, I agree with that, but I'm saying this. Remember, it was detected in his system. You got to understand, he was trying to flush it out. Remember, he was using IVs as well, which is not legal. So he was trying to flush it out. He probably thought it was all flushed out. Okay? He probably thought it was all flushed out. Well, that's what you got to understand. He'd been using these things. When he went up in the press conference, RJ Jenkins, he said, I'm strong and masterless. It's because, dude, he'd been using it for months. But here's the other point that a lot of people are missing. Ryan Garcia may have been using PEDs for fights even before that. He just got caught. No, you don't understand something, RJ Jenkins. Maybe you don't understand something. So I'm going to explain it to you, right? You can pass drug tests and be doping. It's when you cycle on and when you cycle off. And if you're microdosing, go look up what microdosing is, because obviously you don't know what I'm talking about. When you microdose, you're using very small portions of the drug. Okay, I'm going to explain something to y'all. Drug testing should happen all year round, whether you have a fight or you don't have a fight. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys what goes down with professional boxers, how they avoid getting caught from anti-doping associations. Even the best, even VADA, even better than VADA, all right? Even though USADA. I'm going to explain. Outside of the season, you train using bigger doses of whatever PED you're using. When you get a fight, you immediately start ramping down or cycling off the drugs. To get the optimal effect, you continue using what is known as microdoses of the drug. You can use the microdoses to maintain the level that you're at with the chemical in your body. And you flush continuously using a lot of fluids. You can use IVs to flush out the drug after you've used it. What happened with Ryan, so that y'all will understand, go do your research. Don't trust me. Don't take my word for it. Do your homework. Is when he was losing weight. That is one of the times when, whether you're cycling off or not, the fatty or the adipose tissue sometimes retains residues of certain kinds of drugs. In the case of ostarine deposits remain in his adipose tissue. So while he was losing weight, the adipose released the ostarine. You understand? So because he had to lose weight and sacrifice a lot of weight to get to the weigh-in, which he couldn't make weight for because he had too much muscle mass, which is what ostarine do. It build muscle and maintain muscle. Because of that, he ended up being positive because he thought he flushed everything out of his system because he had passed all the tests before. But somebody didn't give him the right notes and he didn't do his homework and he didn't know what to do to make sure that excess ostarine wasn't in his system. It's not that it was just ostarine he was using. Like I said before, ostarine and things like nandrolone are actually side effects or impurities of synthetic testosterone. He was actually using synthetic testosterone. He was actually using a steroid. And he's masking that, and his strange behavior is also as a result of using these drugs. It's to mask his aggressiveness. So there's a lot y'all don't understand. And it's not like Tank Davis. Y'all remember Tank Davis suspecting Ryan Garcia of using something in his fight with him? Leading up to the fight. And that's why he put that hydration clause. So Ryan been doing this for a while. Just like Canelo been doing this for a while. Just like, I don't know about Bud. I can't say about Bud. But Bud trying to jump up to face Canelo, something ain't right with that. Something ain't right with that. I'm not saying Victor Conte is clean either. I'm not everybody. I'm not putting nothing on nobody. But what I'm saying is, Ryan wasn't using these drugs yesterday. It wasn't when he popped up the day before the weigh-in. He popped some. I'm gonna pop some ostarine in my system. It didn't happen like that. He been using it. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. Okay? And he not the only one in the sport doing this. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. So when they catch these motherfuckers, they need to make an example of them. See that motherfucker called Jarrell Miller? That motherfucker shouldn't be boxing. He should be banned. He been caught dirty 3 times on 3 separate occasions. That Conor Ben shouldn't be boxing. And Eddie Hearn knows better. He knows that Conor Ben cheated and been cheated. Been cheated. Nobody just knocks out Chris Algieri just like that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's dirty. That's dirty. To win, you got to cheat. That means you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in your skills. You don't want no even playing field. Okay? And don't wait till it's your favorite fighter. It happens to them for you to point this out. A cheat's a cheat. I don't care how they box. A cheat's a cheat. I gotta be real with y'all. And this is a problem in boxing for a while now. I remember when I was talking to Tommy Temper. And we were talking about this. You know? We were talking about this. It's a serious subject. RJ Jenkins says they said he may have taken a supplement that may have had. Nah, my bro. Don't. That's the excuse they make for every fighter. They said the same thing with Alicia Baumgartner. No, that motherfucker be cheating. She was cheating. I don't buy that for a second. You don't get residues in your body like that. You don't get residues in your body like that. Because of some one-time event or some two-time event or some supplement. I mean, that's bullshit. When this motherfucker, Billy Joe Saunders, was using that inhaler spray to use that steroid, because it had steroids in there, it gave him more power, and he was knocking people out, and he was dropping people. You know who else? There's a lot of them that cheated. Mickey Bay. Remember Mickey Bay did to that kid to beat that kid? That motherfucker, what's his name? Manny Pacquiao's sparring partner. What's his name? I forgot his name. That Terrence Crawford beat. He cheated too and was ruling no contest. There's a lot of them that be doing this shit. They're not doing it clean. A lot of them. Paulie Malignaggi used to out these motherfuckers. And this is the one thing I like about Paulie. Paulie might be racist and all that shit. Say what you want about Paulie. Paulie fought clean. He fought clean. Okay? That's why I like Paulie. I like Paulie. Racist or not, I like him. Because at least he did it the right way. I can't vouch for anybody else just like that. You know what I mean? And let me say something. Steroids is not something to put in your body. Okay? We, people in medicine, I want $400 on Usyk beating Fury. Yeah, man, Usyk's a bad boy. Usyk's a bad boy. I knew that. I told y'all Jack Caterall was going to beat Josh Taylor. I told you Usyk was going to beat Fury. And the second time around, he's going to beat him even better. You know, Fury's lucky to come out of that fight. You know, the referee separated them and stuff because they say Fury, he was leaning in on the rope. So the referee stopped it to give him a standing 8. But honestly, man, if Usyk was allowed to just finish that motherfucker, you'd have finished him. Because I never seen Fury take a beating like that. Usyk was beaten. I mean, from pillar to post was beating his ass. Nobody did that to Fury ever. Ever. Pillar to fucking post. Fury was going to go. He was going to go. He's taking a beating. That was a beating Usyk put on him in round 9. Bad beating. You know, Fury going to have to retire pretty soon because he's taking too many knocks, man. He's taking too many knocks. You know? Wilder put a beating on his ass too. And there's so many times you can get blacked out and get back up. You know? So I knew Fury was afraid to face Usyk. I knew that. I knew also that Josh Taylor, he wasn't enthusiastic. Now he's talking about a third fight with Caterall, but Caterall need to get his title shot. You know what I'm saying? Yep, Fury couldn't keep up with Usyk's pace. Not only his pace, Usyk was jabbing coming in, and then the left. You know, for all the riding and rolling punches that people talk about with Fury, he couldn't get away from Usyk's left. He couldn't get away from it. And that's because Usyk decided he was going to press the action. He was going to press the action on Fury. He's not going to let Fury walk over him. Now, people say Fury need to put on more weight and he's going to be able to bully Usyk. Nope. We seen a big Fury go up against Otto Wallen. Y'all remember Otto Wallen? And what did Otto Wallen do to Fury? Bust him up. Bust him up. Did Fury get to malhandle Usyk that much on the inside? Usyk angled his body perfectly. You can't rough up Usyk. Usyk angled himself properly. I told y'all, Usyk come from a generation of literal warriors, like his bloodline. He come from not just boxing. Real. I'm talking about guys that saw real combat, like real warriors. Hold on a second. Let me see what you're saying. Fury bullshit his way through fights. It's caught up to him. He cheated. RJ Jenkins, he cheated against Wilder, and we all know this. He cheated against Vladimir Klitschko as well. He used nandrolone. He used cocaine to speed up his synapses. Stimulant. Motherfucker cheated. That's how he won that fight. And then against Wilder, we know he cheated against Wilder too. He cheat. That's what he do. Couldn't do it against Usyk. Usyk wasn't having it. Know what I mean? You know, when I see fighters who do the things the right way, you know, I can't vouch for Devin Haney all the way true, but I'm gonna say this. Devin Haney looked like a guy who followed the rules. He make weight, he be a consummate professional, you know what I'm saying? He do what he need to do. Eddie Cotton said that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I look at people who sacrifice and put in the work to be where they're at. Ryan Garcia disgusts me now. Now that I know he cheated. You know, it was one thing when he's putting on a show and talking about drinking, having sex, whatever. I know he wasn't really doing all of that. He was joking. It's maybe in part he was doing it, slipping up here and there. But it's another thing when your motherfucking ass cheating from day one. Cheating from day one to get an edge on your opponent, who you could have killed in that ring had he not come in the shape he came in. And he still, Devin Haney still will never be the same fighter he used to be. It's just what it is. You broke him down. You damaged him. Now, having said that, that don't mean that Devin Haney ain't gonna beat the crap out of the rest of the 140 pounders. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying he took some mileage off of Devin Haney, no doubt about it. To cheat it, and that's what I don't like. We all know Margarita took some mileage off of Miguel Cotto. To cheat it, and that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. You didn't have confidence in your skills, so you come in with loaded gloves. You don't have confidence in your skills, so you got to come in overweight and PED'd up. And you know you could kill that guy in the ring with the stuff that you had, but you didn't even have the skill to kill him. You didn't even have the ability to knock him out. That's how much of a cheat you are. I don't like that. I don't like people who are snakes, who are looking to get what they want to get, even if it means murdering other people in the process. So all that Ryan Garcia does is just vaporize. All they're going to have is the highlights of the fight of a doped up dude facing another dude. A guy in a totally different weight class facing a guy in another weight class. That's the advantage this motherfucker had to have. And it's the same feeling I have about Fury with Wilder. You know, Wilder fought him 3 times. But 2 of those 3 times, that motherfucker was cheating. Cheating. And against Vladimir Klitschko, he also cheated. Cheated. That's why he had the confidence that he had. But it was a false confidence. So when Usyk, I knew Usyk was going to beat his ass for that. I knew this was Judgment Day. And Usyk fucked him up in round 9. Fucked him up in round 9. And I can't wait for the rematch. Because I know Usyk going to fuck him up even worse. You know what I'm saying? You know? Jack Caterall. They cheat Jack Caterall. They cheat him. They cheat him. Hold on a sec. Bill Haney said he was setting Devin to kill Ryan. Yeah, because let me tell you why Bill Haney was saying that. He was saying that because he knew Ryan, they kind of knew, they probably knew something about Ryan wasn't going to make weight. So they knew the fix was in. I remember Bill saying how Floyd, Hopkins, and Ryan, they a team and they conspiring against them. He knew something. He knew something was up. He probably knew because they talked about paying for the weight and stuff. They was not going to back out the fight, fine. But y'all should have put a serious hybridization clause on that motherfucker. That's what y'all should have done last minute. Just what Tank did him. Should have said, you can't come in no higher than 147. Can't come in no higher than 147. If you can't make 140, you can't come in no higher than 147. So now it puts stress on the muscles. Because he's using Osterine. The fucker was using Osterine. You have to combat that somehow. So I look at the motherfucker arm 3 times the size of Devin Haney's arm in the ring. His back, way bigger than Devin. I was like, you could see the difference in weight class when they was fighting. So anyways, what I'm saying is that we can't have in boxing people cheating like that and getting away with it. It will send a that's why the New York State Athletic Commission don't know it, but they're under some pressure because it would send a very, very bad message if the New York State Athletic Commission do not severely fine, particularly fine, and then suspend Ryan Garcia, which they will do. They will suspend him. But how long, I don't know. Minimum, they should suspend him for 2 years. He should get banned from the sport for what he did. Was he entertaining? Absolutely. Did he do the sport any favors? Absolutely not. He's done nothing good for the sport. It hurts the sport when we hear all of this shit. And then you don't want to own it. And on top of that, you behaving flippantly and stupidly. So, as Bill Haney, Devin Haney said, he'll do it again. If he only getting a fine and he only getting suspended, he'd do it again. Motherfucker would do it again. He don't care. He don't care about nobody's life. Nothing. I'm not hearing Ryan Garcia talking about the children anymore. What happened to that? What happened to Palestine and free Palestine? He ain't talking about that shit anymore. So that's what I got to say. Now I know my a brother on here, Greg Hackett. He looking to roll up on Ryan Garcia and beat his ass. He from the streets. And, you know, he looking to roll up on him and beat his ass and get his money back and a whole bunch of people's money back. Because lots of people bet on that fight. And if that fight ended up being a no contest, they'd have lost money on a fight that they should have either keep their money or get their money returned to them. So a lot of people pissed. So Ryan Garcia right now got enemies and Golden Boy got enemies. There are a lot of people who are enemies of these guys right now. People ain't getting back their money. So they need to sue them. Y'all need to, listen, fans of boxing, y'all not proactive enough. If you paid money, went down into New York to watch the fight, this dude pop up dirty, and that fight is ruled a no contest, motherfucker, roll up to Golden Boy. Especially if you lost money on that fight, roll up to Golden Boy and Ryan Garcia and sue their motherfucking ass. Sue them. Get back your money. Or do like Greg Hackett, roll up on the ninja and start beating his ass till he get his money back. Or his money worth of beating on him. Okay? That ninja rolled in there to hurt Devin Haney. He rolled in there not caring if Devin Haney lived or died. He just wanted to have a sensational fight. You dig what I'm saying? Bill Haney knew what the fuck was going on, and Devin too. I have a feeling they knew something. I don't know what it was, but they knew something. RJ Jenkins says, well, Ryan paid for those pounds. Devin agreed and took the money. Yeah, he did agree to take the money. Nobody's saying no. But that's before the fact that Ryan came out and said, I intended to weigh in 3 pounds overweight. In other words, he intended to weigh in a welterweight. Given that information, it suddenly turned ugly. In other words, as Bill Haney said, we were suckered. They suckered us. But now it got even worse. You know, Bill was like, fair play to them. You know, you played us, fine. And then, boom, motherfucker, end up being positive for Osterine. And now that one is unforgivable. Something gonna happen to somebody, because I'm telling you, whether it's in the court of law or something. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be in the streets. I don't know. I know one ninja, he gunning for Ryan in the streets already. But the other ninjas who you know, might go the legal route. I'm going to say this. Devin Haney and Bill Haney had no idea this was happening. They thought at least, okay, so it's not going to be a level playing field in terms of weight, but at least it's a level playing field in terms of being clean, because they had VADA. They was VADA testing everybody, right? How you can get past VADA, right? Got past VADA before the fight, that is. Got past VADA. So now Bill is not thinking they chumps and suckers anymore, that they got suckered. Now they're feeling like they victims because this motherfucker cheated. So obviously, the message that the New York State Athletic Commission going to send from here on in will set the tone for what the fuck happens next in boxing. Because the younger boxers coming up watching this shit. And if you saying it's okay to fucking cheat, to drink, to smoke, or to convey that message to people, that you don't need to fucking train, that you don't need to be dedicated, all you need to do is use PEDs, get into that ring, PED'd up, and let's go. Their verdict is going to show that. So it's really pressure on them now to try and get that verdict right. RJ Jenkins said Haney is afraid to rematch Ryan. He ain't afraid to rematch Ryan. Actually, Bill Haney came on and said, yeah, of course they want that rematch. But the thing about it is, this motherfucker, if he did this shit and he's talking the way he's talking right now, why would I put my son back in the ring with him? No, he's going to cheat. Unless we get the chance to dope the fuck up like he's doping up. Because nothing, he got nothing. And we was doing VADA testing. And he still slipped through the cracks. We ended up fighting. And then afterwards discovering this motherfucker was cheating. But it ain't going to even get that far, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm not mistaken, the New York State Athletic Commission is probably going to suspend this guy for 2 years or 3 years, which means Devin Haney ain't going to even face Ryan Garcia within that space of time. So even if he wanted a rematch, it ain't going to happen. If they want to make an example of Ryan Garcia, that is. If they give him a slap on the shoulder and say, 6 months, then fuck the commission. Because what it's telling everybody, hard work and dedication don't matter in boxing. But hard work and medication work in boxing. Because Canelo Alvarez got a pass, and he was the face of fucking boxing. He only got 6 months. And he been doping. As Floyd said, steroids. Right? Because if you can get away with it, fuck it. Dope up. We're going to go to heavyweight from here on in. We can fight heavyweights because I'm doped the fuck up. Y'all got to see how serious this fucking shit is. This is not about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. This is about how the fuck this sport going to go in the future. If we really care about USADA and VADA, do we really care about clean boxing? Do we really want to see that as fans? Or dope the fuck up, how much you want to dope the fuck up and get in that ring. And it don't matter if you can't talk straight the rest of your life. You're drinking out of fucking straw. We just want to be entertained. RJ Jenkins says they will see and measure the amount of dosage enough to be effective in that fight. No, they can't do that, bro. You're not understanding me. I'm trying to explain it to you, RJ Jenkins. It doesn't have anything to do with that because that's a residue. He done already got it in the system and it's metabolized and it's strengthened his muscles already. He already got muscle growth from it. It's not in his system anymore. Do you guys even understand what PEDs do? They use for training. So it's not going to be in his system, but the effects of it is already there. So it doesn't matter, the dosage matter. You don't know what the dosage is. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to find the residue. The extras that was caught in the fat that was released. That's what y'all don't understand. He been cycling on and off. That PED use wasn't Wasn't even a month ago. He was cycling in and using the PEDs to train, to build his strength. But you saw that he was using the weights and all that shit. So he probably was still using PEDs, training and building strength. And he probably cycled off maybe 2-3 weeks away from the weigh-in. So what you seeing is residue. Y'all don't understand this thing, man. Y'all don't understand what doping's about. People don't be doping up the day of the fight. They don't be doping up a week of the fight. No, that stuff is supposed to be flushed out of their system. Unfortunately for Ryan, his fatty tissue held on to some of it. Y'all not understand what I'm saying. You don't dope up. Y'all, you dope up early so you can get the results you want. Then you may microdose to maintain. Then you come off. You cycle off. 2, 3, 4 weeks before the fight, you done cycled off already. Ryan wasn't thinking about this. You understand? This ain't something that, it's a science, y'all. It's not something that like you do today for tomorrow. It's not something like that. There's a plan, there's a chart, there's a time of day when you use these things. You don't use them every day even. Y'all need to understand what microdosing is. Y'all don't understand what microdosing is. Y'all don't understand the schedule and how these things are used and how you have to actually have somebody who's knowledgeable in it to give you. It's not the athlete giving themselves. It's a bunch of people that recommend and have the athlete working on a regime. The athlete has to know what's happening. So Ryan's very clear on what happened. It's not no fucking supplement that did this. Okay? He was heavily advised by a team of people. Okay? This ain't no ad hoc shit. Okay? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. These athletes, they knowingly cheat. Okay? There's nothing like, I didn't know I was putting this in myself. Fuck out of here. You're a professional. You know exactly what's going on. You know, because you have a nutritionist who be making meals for your ass. So stop the bullshit. So, I don't want to hear that. Okay, it's a team of people knowledgeable in these things that these guys get to get the job done for them. All right? So all that bullshit they're throwing in the media is bullshit. Man, I wish I had Tommy Temple on here with me. Because Tommy know about this shit real good. Tommy knows this shit real good. He's more knowledgeable than me on this topic. And it got a lot of elite fighters. It's not just Ryan. There's a lot of elite fighters doing this shit. A lot of elite fighters doing this shit. You understand? It's not cool. It's not cool. You need to clean up the sport. And y'all can't, these sanctioning bodies can't be given a slap on the wrist. Fucking 6 months. What's 6 months gonna do? Guys fight almost two times a year. So if they fight once a year, that's a big trouble to them. And they won't really slap them on a paycheck. You gotta slap them on a paycheck too. Take some of their paycheck out of them. Why are you getting paid for cheating? Feel very passionate about this. Ryan can retire from boxing with $100 million in the bank and never been a world champion. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You got to affect their paycheck. This dude has nothing to lose by getting caught. Nothing. He's set for life. Ryan fooled everyone. He fooled some of them. He didn't fool me. Ryan's mom is his nutritionist. No, my friend. It goes much deeper than that, but that's a whole other story for another day. All right. Ryan has specialist people to do different things for him. Okay. You don't get that far. You know, he's an elite fighter. You don't get that far if you don't have specialists doing different things for you. Okay. But having said that, that's Devin Haney. So I think Devin Haney is one of the top 140 pounders. He'll prove it. He'll show us. But that fight took something out of him. No doubt about it. He's young, so he may rebound for the moment, but later on it's going to affect him. You know? Uh, with respect to upcoming fights, I'm not going to talk about Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. Forget about that. But this year's been interesting, though. This year's been interesting. I've got some predictions wrong that, otherwise I probably would have gotten right. The Tim Tszyu versus Fundora, fight. The Haney versus Ryan Garcia fight. I didn't think that Ryan Garcia was going to beat Devin Haney. I didn't think that at all. I did think he was going to give him problems in the fight, and he did. I thought Devin would have made the adjustments and cruised to victory, beating up Ryan Garcia late, but that didn't happen. I also thought Tim Tszyu was going to dominate Fundora, and he started off doing that until he got cut. So, is what it is. Boxing's an unexpected sport. All kinds of things can happen in the sport of boxing, right? I got my other two predictions right, though. Josh Taylor got beat by Jack Caterall, and what's his name? Usyk beat Tyson Fury as I thought he would. And then, we were supposed to see Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev, but Artur pulled out the fight with an injury. I'm going to tell you, Bivol going to put that ass whooping on Beterbiev when it's all said and done. That ass whooping coming for you, brother. You got out of the fight right now, but that ass whooping's waiting for you. Bivol training like a motherfucker, and he going to beat his ass. Remember, I said that. Money's on Bivol. When Beterbiev grows the balls to face him. Because Beterbiev don't want to face Bivol. And I know it. Bivol going to whoop his ass. You're going to can a whoop ass on Beterbiev. So all these years, it wasn't Bivol that didn't want to fight. Bivol always wanted that fight. He always wanted that work. Beterbiev got 100% knockout ratio. So y'all saying he going to knock out Bivol. Fuck out of here. Anybody telling me that? Bivol going to whoop his ass. RJ Jenkins, you going to be wrong this one. You going to be wrong this one. He going to whoop Beterbiev's ass. I can't wait. Can't wait for that fight. And RJ Jenkins, one thing about me. I don't just talk out my ass. Right? I got a couple of them wrong. But, Tszyu versus Fundora. But if Tszyu didn't get cut, he will knock the fuck out of Fundora before 6 rounds. It was heading that way. Right? It was heading that way. And Devin Haney would have definitely wiped the floor with Ryan Garcia. He would have beat that ass. Had that motherfucker not cheated. Okay? It is what it is. That's boxing. Right? It's boxing. So, you have to expect the unexpected. Barring the unexpected. Let's say Bivol somehow breaks his leg in the ring. Loses his knee or something. He's going to whoop Artur Beterbiev's ass. You heard it here. And I know a lot of people, because Beterbiev has created that buzz. He's been knocking out everybody. He's been looking sensational. He's been having these great fights. This is a different creature. This is a different breed. Bivol. He different. Right? And y'all saying, oh, he not different. He not better than Callum Smith. Who the fuck is Callum Smith? I mean, Callum Smith's okay. He an okay fighter. He ain't Bivol. Oh, Bivol can't punch. Who told you Bivol can't punch? Who told you that? Who told you Bivol can't punch? I'm just asking. Oh, he don't have a whole set of knockouts. Oh, that's what you mean. That don't mean he can't punch. Okay? He ain't the biggest 175 pounder, but he ain't the smallest. All right? People want to talk about Alexander Gvorzdek. Gvordek's not Bivol. Gvordek's not Bivol. Gvordek's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that Benavidez is going to face Kavorsik and beat Kavorsik, Benavidez is going to beat Kavorsik, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to beat him. But Kavorsik is not Bivol. All right. Y'all going to see. WattUNeed, you got to give WattUNeed credit. WattUNeed can explain to you why Bivol beats Beterbiev, why he will beat him. But I'm going to leave that alone for now. RJ Jenkins says, boy, you've been picking losers. I pick winners 90% of the time. Okay. See, that's the thing with boxing, right? You can have a winning streak. That's why we bet on boxing. That's why we watch the fights, right? Barring some strange thing happens to Bivol in the fight, like what happened with Tim Tszyu or the strange shit that happened with Haney and Ryan Garcia, I get most of my fights correct. You know why? Unless, like with the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, I didn't know who to pick. I was confused at a certain point in time because I was like, Crawford really is good now. The problem with Crawford and Errol Spence was I didn't know if Crawford was big enough to deal with Errol Spence. But once I saw that he was big enough and I saw what he did to Sean Porter, I was like, I don't know who's going to win this fight. I just don't know. Right? There are certain fights where I just don't know who's going to win. With, what's my boy? Stefan, what's his name? The kid who faced Naoya Inoue from Philly. Scooter. What's Scooter's real name? Stefan something. Stefan something. Help me out here. Stefan whatever his name. Scooter anyway. Scooter. We can call him Scooter. Scooter, man, got dominated by Inoue. Know what I mean? He got dominated. And Scooter, Stephen Fulton, thank you. You know, I thought Fulton was going to beat. I thought he was going to beat Inoue. He's bigger, he's physical, strong, blah, blah. I talked about all this. Got dominated. Went down in Japan, got dominated. You know, it's boxing. It's what it was. It's boxing. You know, I was wrong on that. I'm not going to lie to you. I can remember the ones I'm wrong on. But for the most part, I'm mostly correct. When you look at, I've predicted so many fights I predicted correctly. It's not funny. Even this year. It's because I look at what the fighter's style, what the fighter brings to the table, right? Fulton was an all-around fighter, could do a little bit of everything. What I didn't think would be part of the equation would be Inoue's speed, and just his quickness, his overall quickness on Fulton. I didn't expect him to have that kind of power either, which leads to something else. I don't want to talk about it, right? I didn't think that Luis Neri would give Fulton a tougher fight than and Luis Neri would give Naoya Inoue a tougher fight than Stephen Fulton would. You understand? Stephen Fulton's a better fighter than Luis Neri. Okay? He is. Hands down. But he got dominated. He looked slow. He looked sluggish. He got dominated. What does that mean? What does it mean? I don't know. You know, Inoue doesn't fight in America much where there's VADA testing. I don't know if they have drug testing down in Japan. So I don't know what that means. Okay. But having said that, it happens. Boxing, sometimes you can be wrong. That's why you pair them up. That's why you fight the fights, right? RJ Jenkins feels the same way. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. If you got PEDs in your system, then it's not even playing field. So a guy like Fulton probably would beat Inoue if it was an even playing field. I'm not even going to go there. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to find out in time, though. You know, the truth will come out eventually. Eventually. You know what I mean? If he's cheating, we'll find out. You know? Anyways, man, WattUNeed in the building. You guys can like, share, subscribe. Don't forget you can donate via PayPal. Shout out to RJ Jenkins for engaging, man. I love the engagement. It was really good talking with you, brother. And you're a good dude. I like you. Um, Besides you that came through here and talked some boxing with me, and you really did talk boxing. We also had Top the Tiger Tamer that came through here. Was talking about Montana Love and stuff. Shout out to him. And anybody else who wants to come through, what you need, gonna be in the building. I'm glad I can get a better stream. I actually have a better phone right now I'm using. That's why. Because again, I got some money from you guys. You guys keep that donations coming though. Keep those donations coming. I haven't really thanked my donors, but I need to thank certain donors who've been donating to this channel. Thank you so very much for donating. And also, don't forget, when you're donating, you can also ask a question, whatever you want me to showcase for you guys. You guys don't do that. You just wish me well and you give me blessings, say keep the job, keep doing a good job, and that's cool. But you can also ask questions for the donations that you want to donate. You know, what do you like me to cover, whatever. So that's what I got for you guys. You know, boxing's been good this year though. We've been getting some of the better fights, better matchups. Let's hope that we can continue through this year. We're almost halfway through the year. So let's hope that the second half of the year will be as good as the first half of the year. I am What You Need. You've been watching my channel. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm going to catch you guys later. Shout out to RJ Jenkins. I'm going to catch you later, coach. Peace.